Okay, so hi guys, it's, me, obviously, nobody else. So recently I'm recording this on my iPod, so if it sounds like complete asshole, I'm so sorry. So there's been this topic recently, and it's concerning my boyfriend and some of my close friends and others as well, and, it's being trans. And most of you don't know what trans is. Basically, it's somebody who's essentially born into the wrong body. My boyfriend is female to male, so my boyfriend is male, but has a female body. And that's tough on somebody, right? Like being stuck in the wrong body and not being able to do anything about it. You know, being forced to go to the girls' washroom, being forced to, wear dresses and girly clothes. Meanwhile, your body and your mind is screaming, I'm a boy, stop, stop. And it sucks, right? So I just want to talk to you guys about that. My friend Tyler, he's also FtM, which is female to male, and it's hard, and there are so many things that go along with it. Like, you have to go to therapy, like gender therapy, before you can go on testosterone, and then you can get top surgery and you can get bottom surgery, but I don't know, bottom surgery is really risky, and it's just so hard because so many people don't understand what trans people, what they're going through. And most people, I'm a lesbian, I like vagina, and people come up to me and they're like, Amanda, you don't, why do you have a boyfriend, you like vagina, you're a lesbian. I'm like, well, my boyfriend has a vagina. And they're like, what? And I was like, ugh. It's complicated, and then I have to explain it to them, and then they don't understand, and it's really fucking hard a lot of the times, because then people are like, you're not a true lesbian because your boyfriend one day will have a penis, and I'm like, whatever. Just, it's so hard. And my boyfriend, I'm gonna tell you something really personal, he probably will never see this, so it's okay. He cries all the time because every time he looks down, all he sees is girl parts. That's all he sees. And that's so hard on somebody that wants to be a boy and all they can see is girl parts, the boobs, and when they look down they have a vagina, right? That's crazy. And so I try my best, not to bring it up. I try my best to make him feel like a man and stuff like that so that he doesn't feel so bad, but it gets really fucking hard. There are some days where I just want to scream Andy's real name, and I want to say, she, her, and I want to, call him my girlfriend some days because it's so hard to wrap my head around. And for the longest time, Andy wasn't Andy to me. Andy was my girlfriend. Andy was, Andy's biological name, but, I realized that that's not who Andy is. And a lot of people are always like, well, yeah, being trans is so hard, blah, blah, blah. But nobody realizes how hard it is to date a trans person. I'm a lesbian, so I don't like penis at all. Ew, no, penis is not my forte. And to have your boyfriend wanting a penis when he's older, you're just kind of like, what do I do? I love this boy so much with my entire heart. I love this kid to half to death, but he wants a penis, and I'm not down for that. And, I will do anything to make this kid happy. If him having a penis will make him happy, then damn well we're gonna go get him his bottom surgery. But it's just so hard because, you don't want to say, oh, well, if you do that, I'm going to leave you. Because I won't. But I'm not going to enjoy it. But I can't say to him, oh, don't do it, because then I'm ruining who he is, and I'm ruining his dreams because of my selfish actions. It's so hard, and, nobody understands, because you know, whatever. And Andy's best friend is trans as well, but he already figured out what he's doing. He's just gonna get top surgery and go on testosterone or go on T. And that's it. He's gonna keep his bottom and whatever. Like, it's hard. Because there are people who want to go through the entire transition like Andy. And it's hard deciding on what you want and finding a compromise. And, like, Andy tells me, you know, like, I won't do it. And then other times I'm like, no, like, do it. And, you know, it gets hard. And, like, nobody understands. And, like, my family, I introduced Andy as Andy's biological name. So that's what my parents call Andy. I feel really bad because it's my fault they're calling him that. And, like, Andy says all the time, like, oh, it's not your fault, like, you didn't mean to, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, but it is my fault, like, I did do that, and now, you know, you're your biological name to my parents. Like, my mom gets it, like, my mom understands, but my dad doesn't. My dad will never call Andy, Andy. And, you know, and, like, it's funny because my little cousin, like, she doesn't know about me, like, she doesn't know that I'm a lesbian, and, hold on, I'm texting Andy right now, and, like, she was saying, like, I took Andy to my aunt's house and stuff, and, like, we weren't allowed to kiss or hug or anything, or really touch, but, my older cousin, like, his name's Blaine, he said, oh yeah, Andy's a nice guy, he's cool, and my little cousin's like, and she's like 8, she's like, Andy wasn't a boy, Andy was a girl. And my cousin Blaine was like, no, Andy was a boy. She's like, nope, Andy was a girl. And then my mom obviously screwed up with that, because next time I saw my little cousin, she's like, oh yeah, is Andy's biological name staying for dinner? And I was like, oh, for fuck's sakes, whatever. Like, I am perfectly down with Andy getting top surgery. That's okay with me. But bottom surgery right now, I don't sit well with. Andy just says that he won't do it, but I don't agree with that. Like, I feel bad. And, like, yeah. Like, I just had to get that out there, and, like, nobody understands, and, like, my friend Lola, she dated a trans person named Kurt, and, like, she was saying how there's bottom surgeries where you can still have feeling and stuff like that, but sex will never be the same again. Like, it's gonna be, like, this big, and, like, what can you do with that? Nothing. So, like, it's really hard, and, like, sometimes I just want to cry. Actually, I'm holding tears back right now, just thinking about it, because it's that hard. And, like, I don't, like, I'm just, oh, my stress levels are through the roof every time I think about it. And Andy's like, oh, don't think about it. And I'm like, that's easy for you to say. Like, you don't have to think about this, because you're the trans man in this conversation, or in this relationship. One of the things that bugs me the most is when Andy tries to be so much like a boy that he loses sight of who he really is. Like, at the beginning of my relationship, Andy tried so much to be like a boy that, he was a douchebag all the time. Like, I'm playing with this little radio, sorry. He was a douchebag 99.9% of the time, because that's how boys act, that's how boys treat girls, that's how, you know, people do it. And, like, sorry, what was I saying? I don't remember. Oh, right, he tried being so much like a boy that, like, he lost sight of himself. And I said to Andy, I was like, Andy, real boys show emotion, real boys tell girls their feelings, real boys act not like a douchebag. I said straight up, if you do not stop being a douchebag, I will not be with you, and that's that. Because I am not going to be wasting my time on some guy who's going to essentially treat me like shit the entire relationship, because he feels like that's how a boy acts. And, like, I understand where he's coming from, but he's got to realize that that's not how all boys act. Like, he's gotten better. Oh my god, he's gotten so much better. Like, Andy's my favorite person in the entire world. It's just, it was hard at the beginning. But, like, if you guys have any questions or anything about me and Andy, I will answer them wholeheartedly, or as best as I can. You can subscribe. That would be cool. Add me as a friend. Comment if you'd like. Oh, and if you want to see, hold on. Oh no, I deleted it. If you want to listen to my friend Tyler talk, he has a channel. I'm pretty sure it's Tyler Scarfe, TylerScarfe, and that's also his Twitter. So you should follow his Twitter as well. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy this video. It's just me talking. Nobody enjoys it. I highly doubt you'll watch the entire video, but that's okay. So yeah, bye.